Good evening, dear friends. Today, we continue with our much-loved technique of exercises for vision restoration. If you haven't watched the previous videos yet, I highly recommend starting with the first, second, and third ones. This is the fourth installment, and in the first video, we practiced a movement where we focused on a single point, moved our heads, and engaged the eye muscles. The key was to avoid letting the eyes deviate from moving straight and parallel to the floor. But in real-life situations, we sometimes need to look to the side without moving our heads, whether to the right, left, up, or down. So, what can we do in these cases? There are exercises designed to develop these muscles while keeping the head still. For instance, try moving your eyes to the right and left, or up and down. If you perform these movements with your eyes closed, it's generally easier. Let's test it out. Close your eyes and move them to the right and left twice, then up and down twice. Next, repeat this exercise but aim for 10 movements in each direction. 10 to the right and left, and 10 up and down. Once you've done that, open your eyes and perform the same exercise again with your eyes open. Notice the difference between the two versions of the exercise. Do you feel the difference? Write about it in the comments. Go ahead and try it now. I'll wait. Actually, I won't wait, but you can pause the video and do it. Did you try it? You didn't do it, did you? Go ahead, do it now. Pause the video, complete the exercise, and then come back to continue. Done? Great. Now, write down the difference between the two exercises. If you didn't notice anything, it means you need to try again until you understand. Got it? Once you're ready, let's continue. Watch carefully. You will notice a significant difference. It is much easier to perform this exercise with your eyes closed. When your eyes are open, not only are the muscles that move the eyeball to the right, left, up, and down engaged, but the internal muscles responsible for focusing your vision also start working at the same time. Here we are, doing this exercise together in a room. For example, I'm looking at the wall, which is at a certain distance from me. Then shift your gaze to a window farther away. Your eye muscles must adjust to the new focal point. As you move your eyes between objects at different distances, the internal focusing muscles attempt to refocus on each one. You may try, but it won't work effectively if there are issues with this muscle. This exercise won't be effective if you start it immediately because the muscle inside the eye won't be able to adjust to objects at varying distances. This is why it's important to approach the exercise differently, not the way it's traditionally recommended. For example, take a red marker or any small object. If you don't have one, you can even use your thumb or another finger, though the thumb is more convenient. Focus on the object and begin moving it slowly. Begin moving it and keep your eyes on it. Try to avoid turning your head. If you find that you can no longer see the object at certain angles, you can turn your head slightly to maintain sight. In general, just go ahead and do it. You can incorporate a slight head movement if needed. Approximately to this point, at a certain angle. But to see it clearly with both eyes, you will need to turn your head. There's no difference in approach here. You can simply keep your head still. Determine the angle where you can see the object without straining. Perform the exercise on one side first, and then repeat it on the other. To make the exercise more engaging, you can use a marker, or for added fun, use your phone. Move it side to side while focusing on the screen. You could even glance at some important information on your phone while doing this. So, what does this achieve? It allows you to avoid straining the internal eye muscle responsible for focusing your vision. By doing this exercise, you begin training the muscles that control eye movement without overloading them. If you were simply shifting your gaze between different objects in the room, you might experience the issue I mentioned earlier. For those of you who haven't tried this exercise yet, consider this your last chance. Do it now, both with your eyes open and closed. When you perform the exercise with your eyes open, let's focus on 3 key positions. 2 extreme positions for your eyes and 1 central position. As you move your eyes, they will clearly focus on these positions. However, in the gaps between these points, your vision may blur because the focusing muscle hasn't yet adapted to the movement. If you start moving your eyes randomly without proper preparation, the muscles may struggle to adjust. They won't adapt to this movement and a spasm may occur. In other words, this exercise won't benefit you and may even be ineffective. That's why it's crucial to avoid straining the internal focusing muscles. Take an object and move it slowly. Ensure your eye movement feels fluid and natural, like spreading oil. Adjust the distance based on the length of your arm. The further the object, the lighter the strain. And the closer, the more intense the workout. The level of strain on the eye will vary. Next, we'll learn how to address the blind spots, though that's not an accurate term. Not actual blind spots, but I'll refer to them that way. Technically, blind spots refer to something else. So, how can you eliminate them to make everything clear? These spots can be eliminated through consistent practice, allowing your gaze to move freely in daily life without encountering moments of blurred vision. But to achieve this, you need to complete the first stage of training. Your eyes must first learn to move smoothly, and the muscles must function well with your eyes closed. And then with your eyes open but without engaging this muscle, learning how to use it in coordination. We'll explore that together next time, but only those who have practiced this exercise will be able to move forward. If you haven't completed it, don't even attempt the exercise we'll be doing next week, God willing.